I've warned you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I've warned you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Hey,
Why do you panic?
The way you, Papa, Papa.
Figuratively, he fights as hard as he can. Okay. And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it's
Bismillahir-Rahman-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Tuesday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Let me say thank you to all of you for making a daily appointment to connect with us every morning. And for those who find it prudent to share our content to the rest of the wonderful world. It's all about enlightening the whole world. It's all about working together to make sure that we all understand this governance so that we are not toyed with in the name of politics. It's all about demanding for accountability so that you know that you have a responsibility to the state, but the state also has actors and agents and assigns who have to be accountable to you. It is all about trying to let you know, and the future generation, for them to also know that governance goes beyond a shiradurado and a jobodobodo. Governance goes beyond a shiradurado and a jobodobodo. Governance is when the good that is promised as a social contract is delivered to the people. So that in the 21st century, you don't have people who are still going around not drinking clean water. You don't have a good road. You don't have drainage system, a proper drainage system. You don't talk about social services that are not being given to you efficiently and effectively. All of those things are the reason we come here, wake up every day at dawn to come make sure that the production is done, and then we can get to talk about what's happening in our country called Ghana. And for those who are out there to also connect with us properly. I'm sure that you remember that in the run-up to the elections, we had people who would take, a ball of kinky somewhere in the UK or so. They say, a ball of kinky is £3.50. And if you convert that into a local cash, it will be more. So we should keep quiet about the price of a ball of kinky. We're talking about fuel. They say, we buy fuel here at this rate. We're even queuing for fuel, etc. Today, the fuel prices are dropping. In fact, as of yesterday, it dropped again. I told you last week. The fuel prices are dropping. So if you're a passenger in a trotro, in a taxi, quarter trotro, yellow taxi, trotro more taxi, you have to start demanding for a reduction of the fares. Because the calculation of the fares were because of the fuel prices as well. They complain about spare parts prices. It's okay, it's fair to make that argument. But within the last few months, you've seen how drastically fuel prices have dropped. The people must also benefit from that. I was happy when I read that Blochem, the producers of Bell beverages, all the water and all the nice drinks that you have, and they do some good business with us here at Media General. They said that, look, given the fact that the dollar and CD relationship is showing some positivity towards the CD more, and the CD is gaining a lot more strength, based on that, we have reduced our prices. And we expect that our distributors and those who sell our products will also reduce our prices. That's showing good faith. And I hope that some other industries will also follow through, particularly those who produce cement in this country, and those who sell iron rods in this country. The young people say aside the fact that the dollar is bowing before the CD these days, you have refused to reduce the price of cement and the price of iron rods. So they are asking me to ask you why. In the past, you made a strong argument for yourself and said that, look, it was because the dollar was high and the CD was weaker, or the dollar was stronger and the CD was weaker, and that you were importing clinker and all of that. You had press conferences and you had held meetings with Mr. K.T. Hammond when he wanted to do price control. Some of us kicked against it. Today, What is the dollar and CD relationship, and what is the rate? And if the rates have dropped, why are you still holding the people by their necks and not reducing the price of cement and the price of iron rods? They're asking me to ask you. Do you have an answer? If you do, let's know. If you don't have an answer, then do the needful. If you have an answer, please let's know. If you don't have an answer, please do the needful. And once petrol prices start dropping, you know that it will go to affect everything. Because even our market women make the argument that, look, if the petrol prices are so high or fuel prices are high, then transportation of the goods or farm produce from the farm gates to the markets become expensive, and they have to pass the cost on to you. Now petrol is dropping. I was with my wife, I think on Saturday or Sunday. I had about a half bar, and then I bought 200 Ghana cedis. It jumped from that half bar to half tank. My wife was amazed. 200 Ghana cedis. Now it has reduced further because it used to be 13 point something, that's 12 point something. If I go and buy 200 Ghana cedis, I am certain that it will go beyond it if I had that same half bar, and I will do that experiment and come and show you. So if even as the private people who are not directly selling anything to people are saying these things, and I expect that industries will follow the example of Blokem. They have indicated, they have written and said that, look, we are benefiting from this CD dollar relationship. So if we are benefiting from the CD dollar relationship, then let's have it. Yeah, put that infographic there. Goal, let's use Goal. Goal is for all of us, so let's use Goal. Edward Bauer, good morning to you. Let's use Goal. Put it up there. Now, you look at the savings on petrol. You're saving two cedis, 47 pesos. That's 16.48. What do you call it? 48%. Savings on diesel, 2 cedis, 62 pesos. That's 16.79. This is for Goil. There are others that are selling fuel at a cheaper rate. But this is it. You are saving money. On every single liter, you are saving money. And the 2 cedis that you save, almost 3 cedis on every single liter that you save, would, if you add it, you keep padding it, you may get another liter or 2. That's what I'm talking about. Edu Jita Maklo at MPA, good morning to you. This is it. It's working. It's not. I am not the one saying it. Everybody feels it. And then you have people sitting somewhere to say, the dollar is coming down. Very soon, it will become, the people traveling to this country will become weaker, blah, blah, blah. I say, so what exactly is the point? Just a few months ago, you were hoping that this will be the story. Just a few months ago, you were hoping that with you at the helm of affairs, this will be the story. That the dollar will become, bow before the cedi. That prices of goods and services will reduce, so that people will stop talking about you. That betting tax will be cancelled. That e-levy will be taken off the books. This was your wish, Alai. But because you are not the one at the helm of affairs, suddenly the story is not good. Shame on you. Shame on you. I've said that. Look, things like energy. Find me the nurses. What do you call it? Their flow plan for their demonstration and their strike. I've said that things like health, things like education, things like security, things like the economy, things like agric, don't politicize them. Because the moment you begin politicizing them, we will lose the focus. And that is why up until tomorrow, even though, yes, there are politicians who come and insist that, you should be transferred from this point to that point and that point to this point. That is where people actually think that, a transfer is punishment. Because they have seen people use political hand and the strong man hand to be able to do those things. This is the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. The others within their fold say, look, we have not agreed on a strike. We agreed to go and engage the minister, finish with the minister, and then when we don't see any headway, we will hit the streets. They left that meeting. The Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. They said, we are going on strike. Of course, they have a right to go on strike if they so wish to go on strike. Now, they say between the 2nd to 3rd of June, that's yesterday and today, they will wear red armbands, headbands at work. 4th to 8th of June 2025, withdrawal of all OPD services, including public health services, ANC services, and all specialist clinics. Then the 9th of June, there will be a total withdrawal of all the services. Now, they are doing this strike because of a collective agreement that they had. It's there, that document is there, circled green. Now, that collective agreement that they had was supposed to have been implemented by the 1st of July 2024. Come to me. By the 1st of July 2024. That agreement that was had, which was signed by Engineer Ben-Atta, who was then at Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, who later went to contest, is there a ticket of the MPP? Yes? That's one. Now, the chief director of the ministry at the time also signed. Then Auntie Perpetua at Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association also signed. Then the secretary of that union also signed. That agreement was supposed to have been achieved or supposed to have been kick-started on the 1st of July 2024. The common sense question that you ask is, why did they all keep quiet when it was 1st July 2024? Why did they not say anything about it in 2024? July came, July, August, September, October, November, December. Right? Those months came. Then we went for the elections. And then after the elections, January, February, March, April, May, then they are complaining. Legitimate that it's taking too long. But the first common sense question to ask is, why were those questions not asked then? Was there a political underlay? Because now if you speak to some of the nurses, they are saying that Madame Perpetua is married to a certain politically exposed person. So I don't know if that is the case. Say she's married to a certain politically exposed person. That could be the reason that this is being pushed at this time. I don't know. If they have agreed, let the agreement go on. But one of the things that I found in the agreement, reading it 2 days ago, was that nurses and midwives were going to have their licenses renewed by the state. Nurses and midwives. The renewal of their licenses, which was their duty, or which is their duty, will now be renewed at the expense of the state. The state has to pay for it. So I paused and asked myself, let's assume that we agreed to do it for the nurses and midwives. That when your license expires, we will renew it for you as a state and pay. Then the architects and engineers at AESL will also come. Say, well, we also work for the state. When our licenses, or we have to renew it, you have to pay. Then the lawyers at the courts who work as state attorneys and all of that will also come and say, if we have to renew it, you have to pay. Then other professionals within the field, HR professionals will come, PR professionals come, my IPR subscription, you have to pay. Everybody will now come. Can we as a country fund it? No, I'm asking you, can we as a country, if everybody comes to say, I'm a professional, I'm working for the state, so pay. How many nurses and midwives do we have in this country? And at this point, when we all know that our kitty is empty, we know over 700 billion was what we owed. We know what our debt stock is. Even though this government claims that they are paying some of the debt, we know what our situation is. We know that we don't have the money. And because we knew that we didn't have the money, that was why when on the 1st of July 2024, when the matter was right for us to kickstart this whole initiative, the collective agreement, we kept quiet. Because it was an election year. Because if we spoke and we made noise and we gave a roadmap, it was going to affect the electoral fortune of a certain regime. So we kept quiet. These things I'm saying to you, aside what I said about the licenses, when you speak to the nurses at the various facilities, they know. I take my time and go on the ground. If I weren't on the ground, I wouldn't know Tete Tiinku, for example, at Teshi. I wouldn't know that there's somebody there who does song, Akutu and Akwadu song and Odaklo songs at Teshi called Tete Tiinku. The people at Teshi, they know him. The people at La, they know him. Nungwa, they know him. You go on the ground, the very lowest people who the politicians do not regard necessarily, they are the ones you interact with, and they would give you the raw street sense. So yes, it's okay for you to have a roadmap, but the question is, let your conscience also guide you. 1st of July 2024. That was when it was dated to take effect. Engineer Bernata can bear me witness. Madame Perpetua can bear me witness of what I'm saying. The document is there. Maybe tomorrow I have to show the document. The full collective agreement that was reached. I have to show one of the clauses in there. It says the licenses for nurses and midwives have to be paid for, borne by the state. And I'm asking, if we pay for them, won't teachers also come? Won't doctors come? Won't lawyers come? Won't architects and engineers come? Won't HR people come? Won't PR people come? Won't other professionals also come and say, we work for the state, so pay? And I'm asking, where we are now as a country, do we have the funds to pay? I'm just asking a simple question. And don't get angry, and don't get it wrong from me. I'm just asking a very simple question. Now, pull the two letters. There are two letters, and you see, when you are in opposition, they say the devil finds work for the idle hands. Yesterday, when I saw the thing, I saw people who had gone to school, right, sharing fake news. And you know why I was taken aback? No, let me see the logo. I was taken aback. We have been in this country before where people have been picked up in Rambo style. And the term Rambo style was not coined by me. It was there. It's been there. Those who coined it know themselves. Some are dead, some are still alive. We have been in this country before where people were said to have shared fake news and they were picked up in Rambo style and kept away. Oh, yes. People were picked up, Rambo style, kept away. We even had, at some point, the minister talking down at all journalists, talked about the fact that we don't even understand our work, misinformation, disinformation. They said we're going to do extra classes for journalists and all of that. We said we're going to do 16 regions, right? We did only one region, and the rest, they say, is history. Did we have a budget for it? Did we not? Did we plan for it? Did we not? Or we're just using it for public show? Vindication is in the womb of time. Yesterday, this was flying around. People who had gone to school, they were sharing this fakery, this nonsense. University of Ghana, Office of the Registrar, CL16, 27 May 2025, the Secretary, Civil Service Council, P.O. Box M49, Ministries, Accra, DSA, Madam, request for verification of degree, Malik Basintali. We acknowledge receipt of your letter requesting the University of Ghana to verify the degree purportedly held by Mr. Malik Basintali, who is under consideration for appointment of as Chief Executive Officer of the Youth Employment Agency by the President of the Republic. Following a review of our records and the documents attached to your correspondence, we wish to state as follows. The copy of the degree certificate submitted and attached to your letter was not issued by the University of Ghana and does not conform to the official format and security features of certificates awarded by this institution. 2. Our records indicate that the student identification number referenced in the document does indeed correspond to a Mr. Malik Basintali, who was admitted to the University of Ghana in 2014. However, Mr. Basintali has not fulfilled all academic requirements necessary for graduation and as such has not been officially awarded a degree by the University of Ghana. We hope this clarification is helpful for your due diligence processes. Please do not hesitate to contact us should you require any further information or assistance. Yours faithfully, Emilia J. Mensah, Mrs. as Registrar. This is a registrar who will sign like a joker like this. And you had people who wanted to enter parliament, people who worked at the presidency, presidential staffers, people who say they know more grammar than everybody else, and they correct people's grammar. People who claim to be so wise on a blue app called Facebook and on X, and they were sharing this rubbish with glee. You see why I said the devil finds work for the idle hands. Bring back the University of Ghana's response to this one. The University of Ghana wrote, and even though they have written, I thought that the University of Ghana was then going to say that, indeed, Mr. Malik Basintale has a degree from the University of Ghana, because that's why they have not settled their argument. Now, this is dated the 2nd of June. Look at the reference, proper reference. The first one was rubbish. Look at the reference, University of Ghana /PAD, Public Affairs Department /PR/001. Disclaimer on purported letter regarding degree verification for Malik Basintale. It has come to the attention of the University of Ghana that a letter purportedly signed by the registrar, Mrs. Emilia Ej Mensah, and addressed to the Secretary of the Civil Service Council with the title Request for Verification of Degree Malik Basintale and dated the 27th May 2025 is being circulated on social media. The said letter is a forgery, and neither the registrar nor any other officer of the university has received, processed, or responded to any such request. It was so easy and cheap to have checked, but they won't check. Same thing, they say, oh, Chairman Wontumi is in custody, he has not been eating, and he's on a hunger strike. A full member of parliament lied to everybody. Same reason somebody came and said, my name is Adenta Kumi. I saw justices somewhere meeting at a chop bar or restaurant. Then they are planning to do that. Same hogwash every day. Same reason they left the parliament, walked past the court and went to sit on the floor. Same reason every day. Every day non-fun. Every day non-fun. Every day non-fun. How do you build a country doing non-fun every single day? When we expect the opposition to be questioning government policies and to be asking cogent questions, you are there talking about some. Where from this insatiable search for people's degree? Where from it? Where from it? Where is it coming from? Where from it? Find me Malik Basintale's video. He said that his focus is to create jobs for the people. His interest is not about, his focus is to, once he can create jobs for the people, he's cool. Youth Employment Agency, that is where what was Krobo-Eduse's educational qualification? We've been in this country, we had Yale, Harvard, people managing our economy. That is where we are. Yale, Harvard, we went to this, that, combined experience of blah, 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 blah. Where did it lead us? Yale and Harvard education in this country, we bandied certificates around Ivy League school, blah, 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 blah. Where did it take us? Did it reduce the price of fuel? What was the exchange rate like? We ended up selling Amadan plantain at the Ministry of Agric. Don't come, me, mami abokai, don't come, just to create and pull a wool over the people's eyes that prices of food are cheap and that it was the traders who were inflating the prices. And you were surprised that you lost at that magnitude. Now the OSP has redeclared Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta wanted. He's playing Kwani with them according to the OSP. In fact, look, find me the video first. Find me Kise Jabin's video first. Let's play Kise Jabin's video.
Today is Monday, 2 June 2025. It is more than 3 hours past the scheduled time of Mr. Ofori-Atta's attendance at the OSP. And Mr. Ofori-Atta failed to attend the OSP today. Mr. Ofori-Atta's conduct is totally unacceptable and a baleful spite at law enforcement and criminal investigations. It ends here. It ends today. We will no longer accommodate him. Consequently, the OSP redeclares that Mr. Ofori-Atta is a wanted person and a fugitive from justice. His name is hereby re-entered on the OSP's list of wanted persons. The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure Mr. Ofori-Atta's return to the jurisdiction and to answer to the criminal inquiries against him. Today is Monday, 2.
He says it ends here. It ends here. The question to ask is this, and a few questions I just want to ask and we'll close. A few questions. Have the lawyers of Mr. Ofori-Atta submitted a doctor's, approved or authorized excuse that they are saying, or they're just writing to tell the OSP that, oh, our client has so and so, has been diagnosed of so and so? Which doctor wrote? Who notarized it? Notary Public, has they endorsed it to say this is a true and certified copy of what it is? Have they served that on the OSP? That's one. The OSP asks another very important question. If the surgery was supposed to have taken place earlier in the year and it did not happen, why didn't you notify the OSP and come? Find me that MP who was brought in the ambulance to come and vote for E-Levy. Was that a chieftain, former chieftaincy minister? He was brought in. Ambulance. In this same country, ambulance. We will pass it and they can't do anything about it. We are in government. E-Levies. Can you remember? Brought a sick person in an ambulance to Parliament to pass E-Levy. Yes. So that, for example, if you work somewhere and you tell them that you have typhoid, right? And then you only call to say you have typhoid, and there's no doctor's, authorization or endorsement of you having typhoid. Your employer should take it that you have typhoid, and that's it. There's no proof to show that you indeed have typhoid. It's a very serious matter, right? So if you look at the trajectory, right from the lawyer saying that, we will appear for him, they say, oh no, you cannot appear for him. This is a criminal charge. How do you want to appear for the man? How do you want to appear for the man? How do you want to appear for the man? If Mr. Ofori-Atta comes down, the lawyer saying that he will die, you see why I say we should not politicize health? If we had paid attention and finished Agenda 111 as we promised the people, nobody would have to travel outside of this country because we would have had the facilities here and would have had, and this is to the political class. That's why I'm saying that, look, if the political class are really committed to the health of the people, they will ban all of these things. Our vice president wouldn't have gone out there. Our former finance minister wouldn't have gone out. We will all be here and receive medical care. Nana Santibidit wouldn't have gone out there. We will all be here. The mob robbers and the people who gather at Yoko to make noise, they will go to Kolebu and Rage and Konfanochi and Ifian Kwanta. And then the rich people, they will pick their passport and fly out. The OSP says it ends here. So as we speak, Mr. Ofori-Atta is a wanted person. If the OSP is blowing hot air, it better be careful. If he's not, this is a wanted notice on the website. If he's not, hallelujah. But if he's, because now Ghanaians want to know, Ghanaians want to see. Say the suspect is wanted to answer charges in respect of several cases, including strategic mobilization, GRA contract, termination of ECG, BXC contract, national cathedral payments, ambulance procurement contract, and tax refund account utilization. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of this individual should alert the office by calling or sending a WhatsApp message 055-449-4499. Serial number of warrant is 01/25. That's the first warrant they have put up there in 2025. Right? Because the first one they put out there, they had to take it down. But that is the situation now. Now, our favorite video for the week, Prophet Kofi Oduro, that's what we are ending with. Play that video for me.
Nonsense. One princess saying, then where is the rule of law? Me am Gina na police for abeche me. Na alabasta for so no ma be Gina police. Hey police I am premo unim ne mai. Unim ne mai. Let this foolish mindset of this nation disappear. Unim ne mai. Ye pomfria unim ne me yen me vie. So then, why are you there with a blind loyalty? Why? Mama no kure enye adwuma. Atentene me enye adwuma. Peri ye man enye adwuma. Are you hearing me? Stop your nonsense.
The best in the morning.
Is it just a mudi ye ne be kata no kure me so? Is that what you want to do? This is how you want to build your nation? You call Europe driving on the the limit is 30. You can't drive more than 30 kilometers in Amsterdam. 30 kilometers.
Sunrise on 3FM. The best.
Because we try camera, pam, 200 euros. The next day, 20 beba become. The next day, 20 open good here.
The best in the morning.
It keeps multiplying. Kobe BSI 100. What the upper Cobro 100? Motorway that is connected Almere and Amsterdam. Catch me, brother. Medium speed or say, no, yeah. That's why we are 4 days here. We'll be free. Hanayaka 5,000
in the morning.
Yachiwa. There is not the offer. Yachimio. Yachiwa. I'm the divisional commander, your friend Abuaje. Kajan say open commander Abuaje number. Abuaje, hey, me boy not watching on. John Marenko. What kind of nonsense is this? My dear say. Money. Abuaje John Marenko. Oh, John Man. Unim near why.
Sunrise on 3FM.
We are the
in the morning.
And this is the thing. We are the one sorry them. And we are praying, God, bless our nation. God does not bless nonsense. Change your mind. Sister, first message Jesus preached. Repent. Simply means change your mind.
Change your mind. And in changing our mind, today is the 10th anniversary of the June 3 disaster, filth, flood, and fire. We'll have an extensive conversation here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We talked to some of the victims of the filth, flood, and fire disaster. And we will be asking ourselves, 10 years on, have we changed our minds? Have we renewed anything? Have we done anything that will save our people? We will be asking those questions and answering them here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Also, if you are a cyclist, whether you belong to a team or you are an individual cyclist, we're inviting you to join the 3FM Tour du Ghana. It's on the 21st of June. We're riding from Accra to Aplau. 192 kilometers. It's for stamina, strength, and speed, and it's going to be exciting as well. You have to connect with us 053 1100927. That's 053 1100927 and 053 22000927. 3FM Tour du Ghana. Is every ride without fuel is a step towards sustainability. We're pedaling for the planet. If you're an environmentalist as well, I invite you to join us. Thanks to Kwa Mixture, to Malta Guinness, and to Fruitelli. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. That's 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning. Hello, good morning.